Hello, this is LaserBolt, and welcome to another episode of Destiny 101, where I help newcomers, returning players, and also people currently in the game understand Destiny just a little bit better. Today we're going to be talking about the exotic catalysts, what they are, how do you get them, and which are the best ones to actually farm for and the ones you should target when you're trying to transition into the game. So if all of this sounds like something you're definitely interested in, a like would be greatly appreciated. And let's go ahead and talk about exotic catalysts. All right, so if you're a returning player and you go to your quest menu and you hover over the exotic tab, this is what you're going to look at. And you're going to have a lot of these icons. For example, you're going to have this one right here, which is going to tell you it's a quest. You're going to have this one. And you're going to notice right here, it says potential reward. That is the catalyst. So what exactly are catalysts? How do you obtain them? How do you go about getting them? Well, one thing I do want to let you guys know is not all exotics have catalysts. For example, this stone right here, if I check and look at it, it does not give me an option to apply its catalyst. Not all of them have catalysts, but there are some weapons that a weapon could be really bad, but once you apply the catalyst, the weapon could be really good. In addition to that, the weapon could also be a build-dependent weapon where you have to put a build around that weapon so the catalyst could work perfectly. And I could have builds for you guys for certain weapons and catalysts later on in the future, so make sure you guys keep it locked on this channel. So let's take the Egger Spectre for example. This is a brand new exotic that came out for this brand new season. And as you guys notice, right next to the place where you're able to upgrade or infuse items, there is an empty socket called the Empty Catalyst Socket. Now, this is an exotic catalyst that can be inserted into this weapon, and it's going to make the weapon even better. As of right now, if you see I hover over it, there is absolutely no catalyst there that I can actually apply in here because this catalyst has not been released yet. It's going to be released tomorrow. And of course, you'll find a guide on how to get the catalyst, fastest way to obtain it, and how powerful and that catalyst could be here on the channel. So make sure you guys keep it locked here, and don't forget those videos will be live tomorrow. So as you guys see, some weapons, some exotics have catalysts, some don't. Now, if a weapon has a catalyst, there's going to be two things that you're going to need to do in order to do that. First, you need to get the catalyst to drop, and then you need to unlock the catalyst. So let's go ahead and give you guys another example. All right, so let's take a look at the Ace of Spades. As you see, the Ace of Spades has a little card on the bottom that says Firefly, right? So if we notice right here, we got an intrinsic trait. That's pretty much the special ability for being an exotic. But when I hover over here, now in the empty socket, you're going to notice that there is an item that's showcasing right there that is going to allow me to apply that there because I already got this catalyst to drop for me. Now, I will explain how you get a catalyst to drop, what activities you need to do. So make sure you guys check the rest of the video, and then we'll talk about what are the best ones I recommend you do first. So once we get the catalyst to drop, it's going to appear within these empty sockets. Now, once it appears in these empty sockets, it doesn't mean that you're able to automatically just apply it there, because you're going to need to do some sort of activity or some sort of action in order to unlock that catalyst so you could actually apply it to this weapon. For example, this catalyst right here is going to give us the option to upgrade this weapon to Masterwork. The only way you're able to upgrade an exotic to Masterwork is by applying its catalyst. In addition to that, guys, once that catalyst is applied, it will generate orbs after rapidly defeating targets and gain a tracker that displays the number of targets defeated with it. The Masterwork weapon will also receive additional capabilities. Now, this is where it's important because that is the capabilities we're actually trying to do. So in order for me to be able to get this weapon's catalyst, I have to defeat targets using this weapon to get it and be able to upgrade its catalyst. Now, what advantage is the catalyst going to do? Well, that is listed at the bottom. It says Firefly deals more damage while Momentum Mori is active. So that means that the blast radius of my Firefly will be enhanced a lot better once I apply this catalyst. So now that you understand how catalysts work, how you're able to get them, let's talk about activities that you need to do to get certain catalysts. Now, the thing with exotic catalysts is that they can be found in very unique activities and a variety of activities. There's some, particularly, there's some catalysts that you could only obtain if you only play Crucible. There's some catalysts that you could only obtain if you play Gambit. And of course, there's some catalysts that you could only obtain if you actually play the Nightfall or Strike activities. Now, depending on what catalyst you're trying to go for, will be determined on how that catalyst drops. Basically, it's just a matter of playing the activities until the actual catalyst drops for you guys. But virtually speaking, guys, every single matchmaking activity in Destiny 2 will have an exotic catalyst attached to it. So make sure you keep in mind, whatever catalyst you're farming or trying to get, just play the activity and you'll be able to do that. So for example, there are some catalysts that require a little bit more of an effort than just playing the activity. For example, let's take the Might Multi-Tool catalyst. This one only drops in competitive Crucible after you reach the glory rank of Legend. Some exotic catalysts can drop from other activities as well. One perfect example being the Trinity Gold catalyst, which drops from strikes, crucible, or gambit matches. So you got to make sure you're constantly paying attention to seeing how these catalysts are able to be obtained. Now the question is, how do you obtain the catalyst? Well, it's going to be super easy, guys. You just go to your triumphs, and under triumphs, you're going to notice that on the right-hand side, this says exotic catalyst, and then you're able to select energy weapon, power weapon, and what weapon you have. So for example, this Whisper catalyst I already have obtained. So if I have my Whisper, I could definitely put the catalyst in that and obtain it. Now, if you go to other weapons that you want to find out what you need in order to do this catalyst, there's going to be for the Sweet Vistas, the Village's Wing, the Jade Rabbit, the Sorrow's Dream. So for all of these guys, you're able to have the catalyst done. You just go to this section right here, and that will tell you guys, okay, if it's white, that means you have the catalyst already dropped for you. If it's grayed out like this, for example, that means you do not have it active yet. So you want to make sure that you target farm that specific catalyst to make sure it actually drops for you guys. And if you hover over here, it says obtain from the season of the hunt, let loose. And it tells you right here, exotic catalyst, obtained from Exo Stranger by completing the Beyond Light campaign. And it'll tell you guys exactly how to get every single catalyst. So there's one specific that you're trying to get that you haven't been able to find. Like this one says, found by earning victories in Crucible, the mighty multiple found through victory, mostly glorious in the Crucible. And for example, this one, found by defeating enemies in humanity on Nessus. This is particularly going to tell you exactly how you're able to get each individual catalyst. So now you guys know what they are. Now you know how to get them. Which are the best ones to actually obtain? Well, let me go ahead and tell you guys the ones I feel that are the best ones to get and why. I'll explain why. So there are some weapons that when you don't have the catalyst, they're okay. But once that catalyst has been applied, they are extremely amazing and powerful. All right, so here's the ones I believe are the ones you should definitely hunt for. And some of them are going to be more build dependent. For example, the first one I'm going to recommend, which is the Risk Runner. This does a really good, wonderful job with this specific build. But this one is amazing, guys. Basically, what you need to do to get this one is get 500 kills, get 50 arc conductor kills. And what the catalyst does, it's going to increase the range by 27%. The Risk Runner is the submachine gun, and getting that huge range increase is extremely crazy and extremely powerful. The next one is going to be for a bow called the Trinity Gal. Now, this one in particular is going to ask you to get 400 kills. But what this does, it has a Forkin Light perk, which reduces the drop by time by -108, guys. And in addition to that, the Lightning Rod now triggers from any arc damage final blow. So it is extremely powerful, extremely potent. The next one is going to be the Huckleberry. This, once again, is another submachine gun that once the catalyst is obtained, it's going to add a Bull Rider perk. Kills with this weapon now reload the entire magazine, so it's almost giving you almost infinite ammo. The next one, guys, of course, is everybody's favorite grenade launcher, the Wither Horde. This one in particular, once its catalyst has been obtained by getting 400 kills, will add a silent alarm perk, which maximizes the handling, and when you holster the weapon, it will automatically reload it after a shot prior before that time. Really powerful, really potent. Another really good catalyst, of course, is the one for the shotgun, the Legend of Icarus. This one's actually pretty good because once you actually get this one, it's going to give you the Deep Pocket perk, which is going to increase the magazine size by 2 and expands the ammo reserve by 2 as well. In addition to that, it's going to increase the reload speed by a whopping 36%. Really, really crazy. The other one that I want to put here in this category, of course, is the one we talked about earlier, which is the Ace of Spades, which is going to add Funeral Pyre perk. Fire Flood does more damage with Momentum Pour is active, so really, really good. The next one, guys, is the Burden. So this one is a sniper rifle that's going to add the Pearler's Edge perk, which is going to increase the damage bonus on honed edge when all 4 bullets are consumed. Really powerful, really potent. Another one, of course, is the Sunshot. This one I have a really nasty build right now with. This one is going to increase its stability by 18 and its range by 27. It doesn't seem too powerful, but guys, once you put it together with the build, it is amazing. So the Sunshot is definitely one to get. The other one I want to recommend is the Dead Man's Tale. There's going to be a scout rifle, and this one acts a really, really good one, which is going to add a Dark Forge trigger perk, which is going to increase the hipfire rate and remove hipfire accuracy penalty. So making this a hipfire machine, even though scout rifles are a little bit crazy to hipfire with, but just having that, negating that, hipfire accuracy is going to be amazing. Now, there are other honorable mentions I want to mention. For example, the No Time to Explain, the Hawk Moon, Heartlight has a really good one, the Whisper of the Worm has a really good one, the Bad Juju, The Lubina has a really, really good one. But overall, in general, I think those are the best ones to actually gun for and try to obtain as quickly as you possibly can. Let me know if you guys are running a catalyst that you felt that made the weapon a ton better in the comment section down below. I do hope you guys are enjoying our Destiny content here on the channel. If you are, do me a huge favor, guys, drop a like, drop a comment, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.